What's going on, everyone? Bowles, and welcome back to another live stream on YouTube. We're going to be talking in the return to the Premier League. The thing that I've been waiting for months is finally coming back after 3 months out. But if you're here, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn notifications on so you miss any other content and all that good stuff. So the Premier League is coming back on the 17th of June, where the fixtures will be Aston Villa will be at home to Sheffield United, and Man City will be hosting Arsenal. So really looking forward to seeing some of those live fixtures get underway. So probably the first thing you're wondering, how are they coming back, right? So what they'll be doing is they'll be doing very similar to what Bundesliga have been doing, so keeping quarantine for a certain amount of time before a match, from anywhere from a week to 2 weeks. They'll quarantine, do all the testing and whatnot throughout the week, being tested every couple of days. And then they'll get all of their, obviously, teaming that together. They'll go to the ground, they'll play the game and get tested on game day and stuff like that, play the game. And then there you go. So we got like 90-odd matches, 96 matches or 92 matches or something like that to get through in about a month, because I think they need to finish the season by, I think it was by around August, like mid-August, so they can have a couple of weeks to sort of rest, recuperate before the start of the following season, which usually they've got a couple, like at least, what's that? They usually finish in May. They usually have June, and I think they've got like usually about 2 months off before the start of the new season. So it's only 2 weeks, but what can you do? This pandemic has caused everyone to sort of go to bed out of sorts. So got a lot of interesting games coming up. So the one thing that I did read, though, was that some of the big games, like the Man City Arsenal game, that might possibly be played in neutral ground where people won't actually know where it's being played, because they're worried that people will break into the ground and just try and watch and sort of break protocol and whatever. So they don't want anything like that happening. So there's a chance that big games and derbies and stuff might be played at neutral grounds. But at this stage, everything looks like they'll be played at everyone's home ground. They'll get the home ground advantage. So it's obviously going to be important for those teams in the bottom three to be able to get those vital points. So in terms of I'm going to have a quick look at the table as well, if I can get up my app on my phone. Got some live comments here. So Triple AK Ron, yeah, buddy. Yeah, that's right, mate. Good stuff. Thanks for tuning in. JC, let's go again. Beautiful. Yep. No, I can't wait for the season to start again. Ryan, Tony Martial scores again. Yeah, that's good stuff. And then Triple AK Ron, yeah, boy, that's right. Yeah, boy, mate. Can't wait for this season to start. It's good. Get some live comments, and I love it. I love being able to interact with some people while I'm actually talking instead of me just talking to a microphone, because most people might think I sound like a bit of an idiot, but what can you do? Here we go. Premier League. I should have got this up earlier, but oh well. All right, so the bottom three. So we've got the bottom three. So we've got Bournemouth, Aston Villa, and Norwich at the moment. Aston Villa got a game in hand over West Ham and Watford, who are 2 points ahead of them. So if Aston Villa win their game in hand, they will obviously go above them. But so you've got, I'd probably say so Everton are 10 points. Everton won't get relegated, I don't think. But it's probably from 13 down, probably like Newcastle are 8 points ahead. There's a little bit of a worry for them, but if they've got a good enough team, I think. They're pretty good defensively, so they should stay up. Then you've got Southampton, Ralph Hasenhuttl, I think that's how he says the manager's name. Yes, he's been doing a good job since he got there, so I don't think they get relegated either. Brighton are an interesting one. They've had a few bad points. They might. West Ham have got some good players, but they just struggle to really just, I don't know. They struggle to translate their talent into their performance. So I don't think they get relegated, but there's a chance there. Watford, obviously one of the teams, obviously with Troy Deeney not wanting to play. I still don't know if Troy Deeney will be playing unless he gets answers as to how they'll be treating black and minority people. They said that because the virus can affect them a lot more than just any other person. So he's still waiting because he's got a kid's got breathing difficulties, so he doesn't want to play unless it's safe for him to do so. So unless people can give answers, he won't be playing. And there's a lot of Watford players that are standing by Troy Deeney as well that are saying they won't play as well. Hopefully it doesn't get, as I said in my last video, if you haven't checked that out, make sure you do. My last two live streams, make sure you go check them out. Links on my channel. Go subscribe to my channel, you'll be able to see the videos. There you go, hand in hand. Then you got Bournemouth, Villa, and Norwich. I think Norwich will probably get relegated there 6 points behind this safety. And Aston Villa, as I said, they've got a game in hand. It's going to be interesting. Is that there's this home ground advantage for them is going to be very important for them to be able to get be able to stay in the Premier League. It's obviously a big deal for a lot of teams because of all the money and stuff like that, and wanting to keep players. And then we move on to the top four. So we know Liverpool are going to win the title. They are currently 25 points above Manchester City. Manchester City obviously on 57 points. Liverpool on 82, I should have said. I don't know if I said 82. If I did, I'm sorry, I forgot. Man City on 57. Leicester on 53. Chelsea on 48. And Manchester United on 45, with Wolves and Sheffield United both on 43. But Sheffield United have a game in hand, so they could possibly be in fifth spot above Manchester United. So I think, obviously, as I said, Liverpool win the title. Man City, I think they're probably too far for many teams to catch. I don't think they're too far away to drop. Surely they can't drop enough points to get out of the top four. So I think they've already locked a spot pretty much, like 99% chance they've locked the spot. Leicester are the interesting one. So you've got Chelsea, who are currently 5 points behind Leicester, and Manchester United 8 points behind, 7 points behind Leicester. Hang on, 8 points. Sorry, I should just go on my first what I first said. They are 8 points behind. So I personally think Manchester United will finish in top four. You might comment, say, "Oh, it's biased, whatever, blah blah," but I don't think it's biased. I think Manchester United, they've got Rashford back, it's fit, it's back, ready to play. Pogba's back, so we're going to have Manchester United have a front three of Pogba, Bruno, Martial, Rashford, and I would love to say Sancho, but not yet. When that's getting too excited. Then we've got Dan James, who will most likely play on the right spot. So I think it's a very good front five. Dan James is probably the weaker link. He's still young, still raw, still developing, but I think they've got a very good front five anyway. And it's solid defense. I think we're in the top 5 teams in Europe for clean sheets. So very good defensive record. So I think that we've got enough at both ends of the pitch for Manchester United to finish top 4. I think it's between Chelsea and Leicester. And at the moment, I'm probably picking Chelsea because Leicester have been very, they've dropped a few points towards the end of the season. Again, we don't know what's going to happen because people are back. Tottenham could quite easily come back. So they've got Son and Kane. And that game between Man United and Tottenham is going to be pretty big, that first game back for those two teams. If Tottenham lose that game, you could nearly almost say they're out. But I don't think they'll be out, but they're going to be nearly there. But I think the top 4 will be Liverpool, Man City, Manchester United, and Chelsea. And then Leicester will just drop out. But obviously, if Manchester City get their transfer ban, not transfer ban, the ban for European football next season, that means that Leicester will get in. And then obviously you've got Wolves, Sheffield United, Tottenham, and funny enough, I'll put Arsenal in the category because they're actually undefeated in 2020. So that's something. I heard DT talking about that with Flex on the United Stand, on the Flex files on the United Stand, and he was saying they're undefeated. And so you never know. They're only 5 points behind us and but behind Manchester United because not everyone in watching this is Manchester United supporters. And there are 8 points behind Chelsea. So they're still in it. They're still right in there. And there we go. So JC Man United all the way. Yeah, that's good stuff, mate. Yeah, Manchester United, mate. They're the real. They're not the. I would love to say they're the real deal. So many times I would say they're the real deal. Okay, Ron, what's your score prediction for the Arsenal and City game? Arsenal City game. That's interesting. Arsenal City. Where is it? I would love to know where it's being played. It's being played at the Etihad. Interesting, because I'm assuming triple mate. You go for Arsenal, mate. So because you're. But I reckon being at Etihad, I'd probably just lean in favour of Man City at the moment. I reckon. I think Man City just a little bit too strong. But hey, Arsenal are undefeated in 2020, so you never know what's going to happen. But at the moment, I'd say 2-1. But you never know. Score prediction. My score prediction could change. It could be. I could quite easily see a draw. I could see a draw. Arsenal still have got some very good attacking players like Lacazette and Aubameyang and all those sort of guys. So you never know what's going to happen yet. Triple on big up Arsenal. Yep, there you go. They lost Champions League football Man City. Yeah, I think it depends on the ban. I think that's because they're banned. I don't think it's been ruled yet. At the moment they have, but I think there's going to be a ruling on if they'll be losing their ban. JC, Sheffield United did way better than I thought. Yeah. I didn't know if they were going to be being able to stay up, to be honest. I didn't really know much about them besides Dean Henderson. And that's only because he's on loan from Manchester United. But like Billy Sharp I'd heard of and a few other guys I heard of, but I didn't really sort of take much note of them. I thought they were going to be one of, there's always that one or two teams that you think they'll probably come up and they'll go straight back down. They're good in the Championship, but probably just not the Premier level. I didn't think Sheffield United were going to be up to it, but they've been very, very good defensively. I think that 5-back formation, having those wing backs has really helped them out. Triple A here on, they ain't got fans, so they used to the empty stadium. Yeah, that's funny. I like that one. Probably will work in their favour. Yeah, no, that's going to be interesting as well, how teams play without fans. If that's going to take, I think the home ground advantage will, because fans always get you up. Like they're almost another player on the field. They always say, like for AFL Aussie rules here at the Crows games, they always call the crowd the 19th man because there's 18 players on the field from the team. So the fans like 19th man, it's like 9 players. So yeah, it's like the 12th player in 12th man in soccer, football, I should say. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how those players react to it and stuff like that. The other thing that's been confirmed to be coming back as well is hang on, let me fix my phone. Is the FA Cup that's come back on June 27, 28, where if I get the fixtures up again, that would be something that you would imagine that I should have done beforehand, but that's okay. All good. I'm focusing on some other things. Anyway, so we've got here. So the FA Cup resume on 27 to 28, semi-finals. We'll be playing the July 11 and 12th, and the final will be on August 1. I just wanted to see the fixtures of FA Cup fixtures, then that should come up, I reckon. I know that Norwich are playing Manchester United. Quarterfinals? Quarterfinals. Sorry, not semi-finals. What an idiot. So you got Newcastle playing Manchester City. I would imagine that Man City will probably win that one. Sheffield United against Arsenal. Again, that's going to be an interesting battle, especially being at the Brimble Lane. I think that's the name of the stadium. I reckon. I don't know. I think it's what it's called anyway. But then you've got Leicester against Chelsea. Again, very interesting game. I think Chelsea may get the job done, but it is at King Power Stadium, so it could be Leicester get that one. Norwich, Man United. I'll obviously go for Manchester United in that one. I would hope that they would win that game. But it's going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to football comeback. It's going to be great. So we've got some more here. And you've got, now I've lost mine. So they ain't, I haven't read that one. JC, who do you think will get in the Prem from the Championship? Interesting. That's an interesting question, that one. I haven't taken too much notice of the Championship this year. I'd keep tabs on results and stuff up until that happen. Then obviously with all this stuff going on, I've sort of lost track of that. So if I go here and go to tables, I want to go down to England. Yeah, there we go. And then Championship. All right, so the table is, you've got, Leeds and West Brom. I think those two will get in. And then I don't know how it's going to work. It's going to be interesting to see how it works, because obviously I don't think the Championship will go ahead. I just don't think they've got enough resources to run the Premier League and Championship with all this stuff going on. But if they go on this, Leeds and West Brom are already guaranteed to get in. And then if they do somehow do a thing like a round robin tournament for Fulham, Brentford, Nottingham Forest and Preston, they might do like Fulham versus Preston, Brentford versus Nottingham Forest, and two winners of those games play each other to see who gets that third spot. I'm not obviously very familiar with how the Championship works. I'm pretty sure that's how it works anyway. Like, I'm pretty sure he's third place 6, place 5, and then those two then meet to see who gets in Premier League. But yeah, I think if they do that, I think it'd be Leeds, West Brom, and probably back Fulham there. I think Fulham have got some pretty decent players still from when they dropped out of the Premier League last year. But as I said, we don't know what's going to happen. But I think it could even just be Leeds, West Brom, Fulham that go up. So that might be, I think, what happens there. Ryan 07, hey, Randall, mate, thanks for joining the stream. I think fans won't matter for the bigger teams. For smaller teams, it will be harder, not helping them keep the better teams goalless. see German league scores, for example. Yeah, that's right. Like the hang on, wait, now I lost my train of thought. No, yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so yeah, sorry. I don't know what happened. I just had a mind blank. But yeah, so like yeah, so as Ron said there, like with the bigger clubs when they've got fans, it doesn't matter as much because they've just got the quality to be able to win any games. Whereas obviously the smaller teams, if they're playing against another sort of team around them, or even a bigger team, crowd gets behind them. And just generally, when you're playing, I played Aussie rules here in Australia. I never played soccer, which I regret. I wish I did. I regret. But you always get that buzz up when you're playing sport, when you've just got your crowd, even just for a club sport. And just imagine those guys at like a Watford or Aston Villa or Norwich or one of those teams that have got the crowd behind them. And it just gives you that extra bit of like, yeah, as I said, what's the word? Adrenaline and just that rush. You just, oh, we're in this. We've got to get this win. So that's, yeah, it'd be very interesting to see how that plays out anyway. But then the other thing I want to talk about, Ryan, I was talking to, as Ryan there that's joined the stream there. I was talking to him about it before. I saw this sort of poll thing about who was the best attacking midfielder in the world. And I disagree wholeheartedly with one of the picks. But so you had the comps were, so you had De Bruyne versus Eriksen. De Bruyne wins that. I think every one of us can agree that. But then again, technically you could say De Bruyne is not essentially attacking mid. He's more of a centre mid. Then you've got Havertz and Luis Alberto. Havertz, I think, wins that one. Muller versus Ali. Muller. Bruno versus Nkunku. Bruno. Coutinho, Royce. I went Royce. I think Royce, when he's fit, is a better player. But then again, I remember Coutinho at Liverpool. So you literally could argue one of those. So that's probably the toughest one. Odegaard, Isco. I go Odegaard because I just think Odegaard has got a lot more potential. And I think he's just playing better at the moment. Isco's sort of in and out of Madrid's team. Cazorla and Silva, I go David Silva. I just think he can still play better. And Cazorla's a little bit injury prone as well. He's playing very, very well for Villarreal. But and then Rodriguez and Ozil, I'd probably go Hammers, I reckon, out of that one. And then so you have De Bruyne versus Havertz, De Bruyne, Muller versus Bruno. This is the one where I'm annoyed that it went. People voted 58% went Thomas Muller, right, over Bruno Fernandes. People could be saying that could be a biased thing from me. You may well be right. You could be right. You never know. I don't think you are, but you could be right. And I respect everyone's opinion. And I respect people's opinion. You could make an argument for Thomas Muller because he's won more titles with Bayern. He's been at a more bigger club and successful club for a longer period of time. But if you're basing it purely on the way that teams play now, and the way that the players are playing now, I think Bruno Fernandes is a better player personally. But everyone can be obviously subject to their own opinion. Each their own, as they say. And then Royce or Coutinho and Isco, the Royce and Coutinho combo wins over Odegaard. Yeah, they win that. And then Silva versus Rodriguez. I think I'll probably still go Silva. And then so that means the two semifinals, you've got De Bruyne versus Royce or Coutinho. You go De Bruyne away. That's why, it doesn't matter which of the two. And then for me, Bruno versus David Silva, you go Bruno. And then, again, you probably say De Bruyne over Bruno as well. But I think Bruno's more of an attacking midfielder than what De Bruyne is. Because I think doesn't De Bruyne play as a centre mid, box to box? I think De Bruyne is, if you're based on the best midfielder, I think De Bruyne wins. And I think De Bruyne still wins attacking mid, but there's an argument to be made that maybe Bruno is a better attacking midfielder, but I'd probably still say Kevin De Bruyne. What's your best card I've packed on FIFA? That's a funny conversation to have, that one. My FIFA luck has been terrible. Hang on, I'm going to have a sip. Some soda. It's called Snowdrop. I don't know if that's just in Australia, if that's worldwide. There you go, some nice soda there. So the best player I've packed on FIFA. If you're talking every year, I would probably say the best player I've pulled was I got Pele out of a base icon pack last year, out of the base icon SBC, and that was insane. If you haven't checked that video is on my channel. You got to scroll a little bit, but it's there. I like my editing for that one. It might sound a bit big-headed, but I like the editing. I did some good music and stuff in there. But this year, if we're going this year, I did pack Rijkaard last year as well, icon in a pack as well. Marquee matchups, I believe. But this year. I haven't really packed anyone over 500k really, but I've got like Henrik Larsson, prime icon up front. I've got Fekir, I've got Havertz, both team of the seasons. I've got some other team of the seasons there, but there's not really anyone that's like valuable, like insanely valuable. So probably like Fekir. I think Fekir's like 600k. So nothing too big. I've just been terrible with Pat. Like, just annoys me too much. It's been terrible. Triple and De Bruyne all day. Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I still think De Bruyne is. De Bruyne is a better player than Bruno. Like, there's not really much about De Bruyne is arguably, you have obviously Ronaldo, Messi, and Mbappe and guys like that. But he'd be surely in the top 6 or 7 players in the world, like just in general level positions. Thought that was a Scotch for a sec. Yeah, I don't drink much alcohol. You think Aussie mate drinks a lot of beer, gets on the bevs, mate, but. Nah, I stick to my Coca-Cola. I want to say that. I don't want to say Coke because I don't want anyone getting the wrong idea there. Just soda really, and soft drink. That's just exactly what I like having. Over. I just don't like the taste of alcohol. Just taste crap. But yeah, that's what I think of that. Do you have a favourite team in each country's league? Okay. All right. So what have we? I'm going to have a look at the. I don't need to look at the. All right. So if I was to pick a favorite team in other leagues, I'd probably say French league. Oh, that's hard. I don't necessarily have a favorite team in the French league. Probably just say PSG. Just stock standard PSG. But I love Memphis and I love Mbappe. They're the two guys. So. I could say Lyon as well. I do like Lyon or PSG, one of the two. The Italian league, I don't know. Maybe AC Milan. I don't mind AC Milan. Got some good players. Maybe even like I did like Juventus when Pogba was there, but I don't want to say Juventus and PSG and Bayern Munich and all these teams. But Bayern aren't actually the team in the Bundesliga. And I'll move to that. My favourite team in the Bundesliga is Dortmund. So, Jadon Sancho, mate, Marco Reus. I've loved Reus for years. I love Sancho ever since I've ever really heard of him. And just, Dortmund in general. I just love Dortmund. And then the La Liga, I would probably say Real Madrid because of Cristiano Ronaldo. I just love Ronaldo. I wish I watched him more when he was at United. I didn't get into soccer until a bit later on, unfortunately. Juweke on PSG, U of A yet. Their kit's kind of sexy. Like, which one? The Juve or the PSG one? And is the home and away? I'm not sure. Dortmund as well. But yeah, they'll probably be my favourite teams, I reckon. And the Serie A returning June 20 as well, which is great. And the La Liga is returning as well, I believe, around the same time. And then the French League is starting the new season. I think it was in August, I reckon it was. So I'm not 100% sure. I just know that they're coming back. All the teams come back. Formula One's coming back in July or June or something. And then you've got Aussie Rules here is coming back in a couple of weeks. You've obviously got UFC's already back. All these different sports come back, which is great. It's my life is always filled with sport. I'm always watching football on TV, Aussie Rules on TV, cricket on TV, UFC on TV, anything. I always make a joke, except darts. I just can't watch. I don't play darts, but I can't watch darts. If Man United weren't a team, who would you support? It's another very good question, JC, mate. You're coming in with those good questions there. Which team would I support? You're making me have to go look at these teams again. I should know them off the top of my head. I follow the Premier League. God damn it. All right. So if I didn't support Manchester United, I would probably say, maybe Man City. No, I'm kidding. No, I don't mind Man. I don't hate Man City. It wouldn't be Liverpool. Probably one of Tottenham or Arsenal, I think. I think if I didn't go, actually Ryan, yes. Yeah, right. Ryan's just reminded me there, yeah. Probably Everton, because my best mate goes for Everton. No, sorry, not my best mate. My best mate's dad goes for Everton, and mate goes for Man United. But yeah, Everton. I've always liked Everton. I liked them when they had like Jelavic and Fellaini and Pienaar and Phil Neville and all that playing there, like one of those. It'd be between Everton, Arsenal, and Tottenham, because I love Tottenham when they had Bale, and I liked Arsenal when they had. I did like Walcott when he was playing there, offside, as Truth would say on SFN TV. Man, lose the side blood. Yeah, boy, Invincible gang. Yeah, no, I wish I watched that. I wish I did get to see a bit more of like the football in the early 2000s and whatever. I didn't start following football until the 11-12 season when Man City famously won the title with Aguero at the last second. And I still think that it came down to that derby where Company got the header and they won that game. But yes, and 12-13 was the first things I properly followed and watched a lot of games. But yeah, I wish I followed it when Man United had like Tevez, Ronaldo, and Rooney up front. That would have been amazing to just watch more of that. And then going back a bit earlier and watching like Ronaldinho at Barcelona and when Henri was at Barcelona, and then when Henri and Bergkamp were at Arsenal and stuff like that. But unfortunately, it just doesn't happen. I just don't follow him. JC, but this is probably the last one. I'll probably wrap this up in a sec. Also, if you're watching and you're new around here, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video. Help, much appreciated. I've reached 200 subscribers, so thank you everyone for your help there. Quick challenge: without looking at your phone, list all 20 teams. All right, okay. Phone's off. It's off. It's away. All right, so I'm going to go. All right, Aston Villa, Arsenal, Burnley, Brighton, Chelsea, Everton, Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Tottenham, Sheffield United, Wolves, West Ham. Oh, so that's 13. Crap. I hate these challenges. JC, what are you doing to me? Did I say Everton? I can't remember if I said Everton. I don't know. Damn it! This is a hard one. I should have just quickly looked and gone like that. I didn't say Norwich as well. Norwich 14. Now I'm trying to think of like looking at the table. Oh yeah, Leicester. Yeah, thanks Triple for that one, mate. Yeah, Leicester there. So that's 15. I won't go too much longer. If I can't remember them, I'll just be like, yeah, there you go. That's unfortunate. Crystal Palace. There you go. 16. Geez, the last four are just, and rivals to Crystal Palace. I don't actually know who the rivals are to Crystal Palace, to be honest, Triple. I don't actually know. I'm not good with thinking who's rivals to who and whatever, besides Man United and Liverpool, Man United, Man City, and like your London derbies and stuff like that. As I said, it could be 17. I could be on. But yeah, there you go. I got close. Unfortunately, I didn't quite get there. I'll have a quick look at the teams I didn't get. Well, the stream's gone for nearly half an hour. Jeez, I've enjoyed this one. I've enjoyed interacting with you guys. I haven't been able to interact with many people with my stream, so it's great to have some people here watching, which is good. And I'm not trying to do like, oh, well, is me. I'm just glad that people are just here joining. So Watford, there you go, there's one. I knew it. Bournemouth, another one. Southampton. Gee, wow, I forgot Newcastle. Oh, wow. So yeah, so they're the four I forgot. So I got 16. Oh well, what can you do? You win some, you lose some, as they always say. But yeah, there you go. No, I don't want that on my phone. There we go. It's a bird. Yeah, there you go. Unfortunately, I got that done. I missed JC's comment. Just said menstrual track there. Thought you missed Brighton. No, I did say Brighton. Triple. I do remember saying Brighton. So, but I couldn't remember the other four. So that's great. But I think that is going to be the end of the live stream. I reckon this has been a good one. I've enjoyed speaking here for half an hour and being able to interact with all you guys there. That was the rival you'll think of Palace. Okay, yeah, and yeah, that does remind me. Yeah, they are rivals. But yeah, so anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Choose Triple, mate. It has been a nice stream. It's been very enjoyable as well. So if you guys ever want to know when I'm going stream, just I'll put out my social media. So go find my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook page. They're on the link in the description below. My TikTok, I haven't put in my description yet, but it's True to Buzz HD. Make sure you go and follow that. It's a funny video I put up tonight. So if you want to watch a funny video that make you laugh, I think that will be the one. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do. If you're new around here, make sure you like the video. I've got 3 likes, so fantastic from everyone that's liked the video so far. If anyone else could like, that'd be much appreciated. Next goal for subscribers is 250. So if you guys can help me get there, that would be fantastic. And as I said, follow my social medias and do all that good stuff. And I will hopefully see you in, well, not hopefully, because that'd be bad. I will see you in the next video. So anyway, have a good rest of your weekend, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video / live stream. I'm out. Cheers.